Today we're going to talk about mental health. Yes, like I said, today we are talking about mental health. Now, I'm not a licensed psychologist or anything like that. I can't really say that I have any scientific data to back any of these claims up, but I just want to quickly talk about something that I think is a benefit that really gets oftentimes overlooked. And do I have a bias here? Do I have ulterior motives? I guess so. But I want to talk about how chat rooms are actually healthy, and not in the sense at all about your financial health. So I'm not going to sit here and say how much chat rooms can make you money or anything like that. I'm just going to talk about more so of a really realistic perspective. And I say realistic because I've been living through it, ever since I started my chat room and community. And I'd be lying if I thought that it'd get to the point where it is. But it truly is an area where I think it's very good for mental health, because let's face it, if you want to get into trading, more specifically day trading, where you're going to be at your computer, it's a very lonely job. I mean, if you're doing it from home, it's literally you and the computer. Maybe you and your dog, you and your cat, I don't know, you and your goldfish. But it's not like a normal office job where you walk in and you're having conversations around the water cooler and just, conversations at lunch. It's just you and, like I said, the computer. And I guess this is a little bit creepy in some ways. I know my wife and I think other people in our chat rooms, wives and husbands, are like, so you talk with people in a chat room? But yeah, it's very healthy. And why is that the case? Well, multiple ways, and some of them are directly healthy for your trading. But I just want to quickly go through a couple things. First is just that first point that I talked about, personal interaction. For me, I kind of like people. Sometimes I don't like people. But I've discovered that it's nice when there's downtimes in the market. Why not just go and talk with some people? That's not what I meant to write. There we go. We'll change that to force, trade, saver. What do I mean by that? Well, boredom can be a killer in the market, meaning you get bored, there's not anything really out there, and then your mind starts to imagine setups. Yeah, I think, that looks good. I'm going to trade, and it's really not. You're just bored. But when you have an opportunity, a community that you can go and just personally interact with, and it doesn't have to be about stocks. You can be talking about, I don't know, whatever you want. Maybe a good movie just came out. It's going to actually eliminate your boredom, because now you're having a conversation. And during those dead times during the day, you're not going to be forcing trades. So it's a force trade saver in the sense of, hey, personal interaction, plus it just keeps you like socially competent. So you're not one of those people where you're like, hi, nice to meet you. You actually can talk with somebody and hold on a conversation. Now, granted, it's a typing conversation, but you get the point. You know how to still interact with somebody. Second part. Don't go crazy. What do I mean by don't go crazy? Well, again, it all harks back to the, trading is very lonely. If you're just day in it and day out, doing the same thing over and over again, that can be good if you're doing good habits, but there's a lot of opportunity for just bad little habits to creep in. And, I don't have any exact examples just because, like I said, I don't have any scientific data, but just speaking from experience of, being isolated versus, being with a community of people, there's a little, I should put crazy. I don't mean literally crazy, but your mind just starts to play tricks on yourself. And again, going back to the personal interaction, going in and being able to talk about, a movie that just came out can really just save you from this. And then finally, and this is, I think, the biggest one, at least in our community. I don't know if all chat rooms are like this, but encouragement, tough love, and just having a good old time of fun. Like I said, I can't speak for everybody's chat rooms, but I know in ours, this is something that definitely takes place. People have a bad trade, hey, encouragement. But at the same time, if it's a bad trade, people are gonna, let you know that, hey, that's a bad trade, and they're gonna give you some tough love. But I'd rather have somebody tell me, how to fix something rather than, oh, it's okay, and then just sugarcoat it, and you don't learn from the experience. And then, of course, fun. Going back to, this, let's talk about movies or something like that. So by entering the chat room, by joining the chat room, I think it's a lot of benefits that, indirectly can affect your trading in a good way. But, it's good just for you, I think, as a human being. Now, this is not some sales pitch for my chat room. If you're on the fence, like, I don't know, should I join another chat room outside of mine? Yeah, go ahead. I'd say give it a try. If you're thinking about joining mine, hey, that's great too. But again, this is definitely not me trying to persuade you into joining my community. I'm just speaking for really all chat rooms out there. Now, are all chat rooms like this in terms of encouragement and stuff like that? I can't speak for that. But assuming you find a good chat room and you're happy there, these are some of the benefits that I do think come along with it. And just little things that really can add up and keep you keep you away from going crazy and then developing little bad things that actually seep into your trading. So maybe you totally disagree. Maybe you think chat rooms are a waste of time. I don't know. I like hanging out. I like being able to discuss with people because I don't know about you. I'm going to speak for myself here. But I have the tendency to get bored. And through my experience, boredom leads to imagination in terms of, yeah, I think I see a trade there, and I start to just want to do something because I'm bored. Whereas now, with the chat room, I can just go and, shoot the breeze with people, and it just keeps me more focused. So that's kind of my thoughts on this. Hopefully no psychologist is watching this and say, hey, what are you talking about? But to me, this all makes sense. I've lived through it. I've seen it a lot. And it really just goes to help out in terms of not allowing, hi, how are you? Day traders are almost kind of like gamers in the sense of they can get reputations of being like antisocial. So brush up on your social skills. Consider joining a chat room. Whether or not it's mine, I'll leave that up to you.